Come on and get your some. Come on and get your some.
The entire basis for my self-esteem was foundationally dependent upon whether or not my woman was happy. My self-image was inexorably bound up in my woman's opinion and approval of me.
Women bring out rage in you like nothing else. So it's like, what's that about?
I have no idea. It's like,
He's just looking at us, more women on that side of the table.
help. You heard the question, help. Do I look like I have an answer for that?
Yeah, we gotta run that back. Let's run that back, y'all.
The entire basis for my self-esteem was foundationally dependent upon whether or not my woman was happy. My self-image was inexorably bound up in my woman's opinion and approval of me.
Women bring out rage in you like nothing else. So it's like, what's that about?
I have no idea. It's like,
He's just looking at us, more women on that side of the table.
help. You heard the question, help. Do I look like I have an answer for that?
I think we can all speak on like-minded terms when we say that Will Smith is not a bad guy. This is the image that we saw and we always felt over the years. Even when the situation took place at the Oscars, nobody pretty much said that he was a bad guy, he just made a mistake. And a lot of people will argue, one will argue and say, oh, he didn't make a mistake, he just apologized because he had to. Look, he apologized, all right? It is what it is. Now, this video is a crucial piece on why the things did take place the way it did. This video is a big piece on why he's been dealing with the things he's been dealing with when it comes to his spouse. Now, we're not in their business, all right? We don't know what's really going on, but we can only go based off of what they give to us, because they were once private couples, and since they decided to hop on social media, here we are talking about it, all right? So I don't think that they hop online to just spit out doo-doo for the public. I think they're genuinely trying to help us. And when, it's easy for people to catch on to the bad and dismiss all the good. People never pay attention, and often we pass up on all the good things, 98% of the good things that people project, and it'd be 2% of the bad things people put out there because they are human and they make mistakes, and then we tend to hold that over their head, and then we kind of chew them up. That's what it is. When you seen the clip when he was laughing at the Oscars, and Jada wasn't really laughing at all, and then 2 seconds later, 3 seconds later, he's walking up on stage and he smacked an earthquake out of Chris Rock's mouth. This clip says it all right here, bro. I want to talk about the double standard that people are kind of putting out there. You know, it's cool that a lot of chicks are saying, you know, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's a man, he's protecting his wife. That's what he's supposed to do. But, you know, we got to really be real with it. Defending your woman's honor the way he did it, can we really, is it okay to question that she didn't really defend his honor, his character, his self-esteem properly over the years, publicly? That's not protecting. So this is the person who put out there and said my self-esteem was pretty much based upon the approval of his woman. There is nothing wrong with asking your spouse for advice. There's nothing wrong with, you know, getting a little bit of approval because you want to get that good advice because that's the person that you trust. That's the person who you ride for. That's the person who you're intimate with. You give your everything to, especially a person who you're married to, your spouse. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. Everybody who out here talking about, well, what he did was a good thing. I need a Will Smith in my life to do, you know, if you can't be a Will Smith in my life, get out my face. Let me tell you something. What he did on that stage, a lot of people can't do in these streets. All right. What's crazy is that there's nothing wrong with men defending a woman's honor or a black woman's honor. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it was totally wrong when I seen a bunch of comments floating around saying, oh, well, a lot of black men, they don't really protect the black women. That is bull. Absolutely bullshit, because when you look at the statistic on why men die, black men die, it's either over a woman or over some damn money. And the rest of that stuff would be ridiculous, all right? And most of the women that they dying over, it ain't really even worth it, right? Now let's flip the script. Let's just say Will was out there, he was floating around, committing adultery, had his side piece all on the red carpet, side piece making songs about him, recording the text messages and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, Jada goes up and smacked the earthquake out of some black actor's or comedian's mouth and says, keep my husband's name out your mouth. Now, granted, she has every right to do that because that's her position. She can do that. But I wonder what the chicks would say and what those comments would look like. And would it be the same? Would it be the same as Will Smith? I don't think so. I think there'll be a bunch of comments out there saying, you know what? I don't even know why you going out there trying to defend that dusty nigga. Am I wrong? Look at Cardi B, for example. Cardi B, married to Offset, and had a couple of situations where she had to show a couple chicks up and let them know, hey, you better keep my husband's name out your mouth. And when she did it, a lot of people really didn't disagree with it. A lot of chicks didn't disagree. I mean, a lot of chicks didn't agree with it. So I see a huge double standard here. This is a man whose self-esteem is based and surrounded around his woman's approval. This should let you know right now, you should never, ever, 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 I don't care who it is, I don't even give a damn if it's your mama. You should never base your whole life, your whole existence, your self-esteem is all you got. Almost like Cat Williams. It's called self-esteem. It's esteem about how you feel about your motherfucking self. You should never base it upon another person at all. Never. That got everything to do with you. Seeking validation from another person has everything to do with you. That person, if you giving too much, we give people too much power. That's giving a person way too much power. Now I haven't seen the whole clip, so I'm only judging based off of what I see here. But I'm just here to tell y'all right now, man, how everybody was championing Will for his behavior. Most of us, like I said, we can't go out there in the streets and do that. We'll be dead. We'll be dead, we'll be locked up, and a lot more will probably happen to us. We'll have to look over our backs for a good number of years, if not the rest of our lives. And he was able to get away with that because he was Will Smith, okay? I'm not saying that you can't defend your woman's honor, but I am trying to put out there and say that people need to be careful about the things that they say. All this protecting black women and all this stuff, look, man, we've been protecting y'all. It's been going on. I can't speak for Dusties. Y'all know how I am. I don't speak on behalf of Dusties. If you're a Dusty, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Dusty people everywhere. There's dusty white people, dusty black people, dusty Asian. There's Dusties everywhere you go. There's Dusty from all over the world, okay? But that doesn't mean that they are a part of the actual statistic of people who are really doing their thing. They're not. And we're not gonna sit out here and make up these lies and sit here and say that men don't be out here protecting women. That's bull crap. Because we do. There's a lot of dudes right now in jail right now or in the ground right now because they defended a woman or they acted out of rage. And the crazy part about it is there's a way to de-escalate situations without putting your hands on folks. Because we all know once you decide to put your hands on folks or decide to result in violence, then it's war. And it never really ends. It's the ongoing thing most times, especially with black people. So here's my thing, and I'm gonna wrap it up. Ladies, how y'all would say that y'all want a Will Smith in y'all life to fulfill all the things and be a protector like that. All right, think of it like this. Would you want your son going out there doing the same thing, putting his life in danger. Assaulting somebody because he felt, and also with the same type of story because he's seeking approval from another woman. Would you want that? I think the average person, the average parent would say, you know what, I don't really want my son engaging in violence, but I'm not saying that he can't defend his family. I think that's what a good parent would say. So before you try to go out here talking about that you're looking for a Will Smith in your life, it's easy for a guy who comes around like a Prince Charming in your life to defend your honor, put his hands on folks, take a bullet for you and die, and then 6 months later, you're gonna be with another nigga. You're gonna be with somebody else. That's somebody else's son. His mama gotta deal with that. You're gonna have to deal with it too, but that's somebody else's son. That's somebody else's brother. That's somebody else's uncle. You can just go off and just cry and go date somebody else. Think about it. But it ain't all good when it's your child. Oh, you think differently when it's your son. You'll tell your son, hey, your life ain't worth it. Hey, be careful, because you know this is your life on the line. I need you here. Mama needs you here. Grandma needs you here. Take that bullshit up with somewhere else, man, and stop trying to put people's sons in jeopardy over how you feel over something that really ain't even real. Talking about, well, they not protecting us. Oh my gosh, stop it. Stop it. I'm gonna say it one more time. That's bullshit. And also, take a piece and take a gem out of this clip. Never, man or woman, never, ever, ever put your self-esteem in the hands of another human being where you feel like that's the world. That's giving them way too much power. Way too much. Think about it, y'all.